5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back on our post-game show to put a bow on this one for you here at Thomas More Stadium. The Wild Things fall to the Florence Yalls by a final of 10-7, and with it the 4-game win streak is snapped. Still early in the season, the Wild Things fall on the year to 4-3. Florence advances its record to 2-3. And these two teams, of course, will play two more this weekend, middle game tomorrow, which we'll talk about in a moment. Let's work through the scoring. In the top of the third inning, the Wild Things started the scoring. It was a one-out single by Robert Chayka, followed by a one-out single by Willie Estrada. That put runners at first and third for the Wild Things, and Caleb McNeely would come up, bounce the ball through the middle, and the base hit for McNeely made it 1-0 Washington. City covered the last two innings of that game with position guys as McNeely lines it softly to center field for a base hit. That'll bring in the game's first run as Robert Chayka comes across. And the Wild Things have a 1-0 lead. Estrada standing at second base. It's three straight hits for Washington. In the bottom of the first inning, Florence would quickly respond. After a one-out hit by pitch of the shortstop Eddie Javier Jr., a bunt single by Blazo Sabin made it first and second. Then a fielder's choice off the bat of Hank Zeisler cut down a runner, but it would be runners on the corners for Dalton Davis, who would deliver an RBI single to make it a 1-1 game. In the top of the fourth inning, the Wild Things got a run back. First pitch of the inning, in fact. Tyreek Reed hit a solo shot to left center field. It was a mammoth shot, and that made it 2-1, Reed's first of the season. Models including inventory and deals at buyatoyota.com. First pitch to Tyreek Reed is mashed out to left field. The outfielders just turn and watch it go. Tyreek Reed hammers it to left, and the Wild Things retake the lead on the first pitch of the fourth inning. It's 2-1. I'll just be objective with you. I was not looking up at crack of bat, and I never found the baseball, which means it may still not have landed for Tyreek, his first home run of the year, a blast. In the bottom of the fourth inning, the Florence Yalls would grab four back-to-back home runs. A three-run shot by catcher Michael Quinones, his first home run of the year, followed by Eddie Javier's first of two home runs today. It was a solo shot to follow up the three-run long ball, and that made it a 5-2 Florence score that the Wild Things would not let last. 3 runs in the top of the fifth inning for the Wild Things. A 2-run single by Jeff LaCorey with the sacks full. See if he can put a good swing on a ball. Villalobos home and a line drive center field base hit. That was stung. Chayka to score. Estrada around third. He is going to score. Throw going to go to McNeely at third, and he slides in safely. A 2-run single for Jeff LaCorey, and the Wild Things strike back with the laced ball back up the middle by LaCorey for a 2-run hit. And then a sacrifice fly by Tyreek Reed, the first to face Connor Mackay, who ends up being the winning pitcher. Reed's sac fly even the game at 5 apiece. Against the reliever Mackay, right-hander kicks it home, and Reed hits it in the air to right field. Reeves is back a couple of steps to get under it and make the catch. It'll be a sacrifice fly, and Tyreek Reed has tied the game. McNeely comes across to score. 5-5, and a professional swing by Tyreek, who barely took any steps out of the batter's box and waited for McNeely, gave him a high five, and they go back to the dugout. But again, that tie did not last long, as Florence scored 5 times in the bottom of the fifth inning. An RBI double by Zaid Richardson gave Florence the lead back at 6-5. The next batter faced the new pitcher Hector Garcia. Garcia gave up a single to Craig Massey, and it was an RBI hit at that, which made it a 7-5 score. A couple batters later, Eddie Javier Jr.'s second home run. It was a 3-run shot, and the shortstop for Florence made it a 10-5 score. That is the final time Florence would score. Andrew Check hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 8th inning to cut it 10-7. Favors the pitchers more as Check hits it a mile high to right field. Back to the right fielder, Reeves is going to stand at the wall. He looks up, it's gone. Andrew Check, a 2-run blast. And the Wild Things are back within 3 consecutive days with home runs. Check's 66th of his professional career and 4th of the season. And after the home run, that was it for the scoring in this game. The winning pitcher is the first reliever for Florence. Connor Mackay is 1-0, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, a strikeout. In relief of the starter, Yanniker Villalobos, who went 4 innings, allowed 9 hits and 5 runs with 3 strikeouts and a walk. In relief, Pedro Alfonseca allowed the 2-run homer to Check, and Jet Lotus earns his first save with an inning, allowed a hit, and had a strikeout. For the Wild Things on the mound, Ivan Oviedo, 4 innings and change, 7 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 4 strikeouts and 3 walks with 2 hit batters. Hector Garcia, by the way, Oviedo tagged with a loss. He's 0-2. Hector Garcia, 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 strikeouts. He gets a no decision. And then Brent Francisco and Jake Carroll both put up zeros in their respective relief innings. And that is what brings us to the final of 10-7. Florence beats Washington. For the Wild Things, it's 7 runs on 12 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on base. For the Y'alls, 10 runs on 13 hits, no errors, and 7 left aboard. Again, the winner, Mackay, 1-0. The loser, Oviedo, 0-2. The save goes to Lotus, his second. Time of the game, 2 hours and 48 minutes here at Thomas More Stadium. And now the series shifts to the middle game of the set, which is scheduled for 6:36 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be on the air about 6:20. Left-hander Marlon Perez will take the mound for Washington, making his second start of the season. He's got no record, a 4.50 ERA against left-hander Michael Barker for the Florence Y'alls. Barker will be making his first start of the year, and Barker will be making his second appearance. He got the win and allowed a run over 2 innings with 3 walks and 11. Oh, that's Gamwin. Never mind. He run over an inning with 3 walks and 1 strikeout for Barker. A 4.50 ERA for him as well in a relief appearance, but he got the win on Wednesday for the Florence Y'alls. So that's it for tonight. We avoid the rain for the most part, around the 20 minutes of rain we got in the late third of the ball game, and the Y'alls take the series opener 10-7. For all of us at the Washington Wild Things, Kyle Dawson saying so long. Thanks for tuning in, whether on MixLR or on the Frontier League Network powered by HTN. We'll chat with you on the flip side from Northern Kentucky and Thomas More Stadium. Good night.